Bible verses on family. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3. But I want you to realize that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 to 7. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Psalm 127 verse 3 to 5. Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in court. 1 John 4 verse 19. We love because He first loved us. Colossians 3 verse 20. Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. 1 Timothy 3 verse 4. He must manage his own family well, and see that his children obey him, and he must do so in a manner worthy of full respect. 1 Timothy 3 verse 5. If anyone does not know how to manage his own family, how can he take care of God's church? Ephesians 6 verse 1 to 2. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise. 1 Timothy 5 verse 8. Anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith, and is worse than an unbeliever. Acts 10 verse 2. He and all his family were devout and God-fearing. He gave generously to those in need and prayed to God regularly. Colossians 3 verse 13. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3 verse 19. Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. Ephesians 6 verse 4. Fathers, do not exasperate your children, instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Genesis 1 verse 28. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Genesis 2 verse 24. That is why a man leaves his father and mother, and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Genesis 18 verse 19. For I have chosen him, so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just. So that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. Ephesians 5 verse 33. However, each one of you also must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. Proverbs 12 verse 4. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. Psalm 27 verse 10. Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. Deuteronomy 6 verse 6 to 7. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, and when you walk along the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. Ephesians 3 verse 14 to 15. For this reason I kneel before the Father, from whom every family in heaven and on earth derives its name. Proverbs 6 verse 20. My son, keep your father's command and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old they will not turn from it. Psalm 103 verse 17. But from everlasting to everlasting the Lord's love is with those who fear him, and his righteousness with their children's children. Matthew 15 verse 4. For God said, honor your father and mother, and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. Proverbs 15 verse 20. A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Proverbs 1 verse 8. Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Proverbs 31 verse 15 to 17. She gets up while it is still night, she provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it, Out of her earnings she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously, her arms are strong for her tasks. John 15 verse 12 to 17. My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you, so that you might go and bear fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in my name the Father will give you. This is my command, love each other. Deuteronomy 5 verse 16. Honor your father and your mother, as the Lord your God has commanded you, so that you may live long, and that it may go well with you in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Proverbs 11 verse 29. Whoever brings ruin on their family will inherit only wine, and the fool will be servant to the wise. Proverbs 15 verse 27. The greedy bring ruin to their households, but the one who hates bribes will live. Exodus 20 verse 12. Honor your father and your mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you.